Yo, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to 365 Analytics. And today it is Tuesday and day two of week two of the 2025 NFL position rankings. Today we are going to have our top 10 tight ends for you on the channel. And yeah, that's about it. Tomorrow we're going to start getting juicy. Tomorrow will be wide receiver. Thursday will be running back, and Friday will be quarterback, followed by the top 100 next week. So yeah, I won't yap any longer. Let's get right into the tight ends. If you guys do enjoy, please like, subscribe. That would all be greatly appreciated, as always. And yeah, let's get right into the rankings. Coming in at number 10, just sneaking into the list, is a guy, former mid-round draft pick of the Green Bay Packers, going into year three now, part of the 2023 NFL draft class. He just sneaks into the top 10 here at number 10. Honestly, there might be some NFL fans that have him higher because of the year he had last season. As you could see, even Malik Willis, when Malik Willis was the quarterback and Jordan Love went down early last season, Tucker Kraft was productive and he was a big piece of the Green Bay Packers pass catching game last season, along with their wide receivers. At number 10, Tucker Kraft. Coming in at the number 9 position on the list is now a Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles. Tight end number 1 for them and productive is Dallas Goedert, one of the security blankets for Jalen Hurts in that offense. He has some games. He has the ability to have great games. There's also games where he doesn't show up, but he has the ability to have great games and win the Eagles some games. He's a very valuable piece of that offense. He comes in at number 9. Coming in at the number 8 position on the list is a guy that has not been fully healthy, or he wasn't fully healthy last year, has dealt with some injuries in the past few years now. I think he had a season-ending injury in 2023, which led to him being out a lot of 2024, and he has the potential to be higher on this list if he was a little bit healthier. But it is TJ Hawkinson of the Minnesota Vikings, former Detroit Lion. He's been a good tight end in the league for a few years now. He was productive with Matthew Stafford in Detroit, made plays there, was a trade deadline deal in division to Minnesota. In division trades don't see often, and when he came to Minnesota, he was only just as productive. But as I said, has dealt with some injuries since then, has gone a little bit older now. Still a productive piece, but I think that he can possibly be higher on this list if he stays healthy next season and produces. So at number 8, TJ Hawkinson. Coming in at the number 7 position on the list is a guy who was traded last week in a contract dispute with the Miami Dolphins, wanted an extension, and that is Jonnu Smith, now a Pittsburgh Steeler, part of the Jalen Ramsey Minka Fitzpatrick trade last week, as I just said. And 2024 was his career year thus far. Now reunited with Arthur Smith. He has spent time with Tennessee, was a decent player there. New England kind of fell off a little bit. New England let him go pretty early. Went to the Atlanta Falcons with Arthur Smith and produced there, honestly, more than Kyle Pitts did. And went to Miami and had a Pro Bowl career year. And now he is a Pittsburgh Steeler, a part of a new offense, and he sneaks in at number 7 on the list. Coming in at the number 6 position, this one might be a little controversial because of how his last season ended in 2024. Everybody remembers the drop. At number 6, it is Mark Andrews. As I just said, everybody remembers the divisional playoff game at Buffalo. Cold weather, 2-point conversion. Ravens with a chance to tie the game. Ball is right in Mark Andrews' hands. He drops it. And a lot of people have given up on him for that fact, but I do think he's still a top 6, borderline top 5 tight end in this league. He comes in at number 6, 11 touchdowns last season, was still a very productive piece of the Baltimore Ravens. He comes in at number 6. Starting off the top 5 with Detroit Lions tight end Sam Laporta. His 2023 season, his rookie year, was absolutely stellar. He was getting top three hype, top three tight end hype after his rookie season. 2024 was not as great, but he was still great. I mean, this guy's the former Iowa tight end. Everybody knows about Iowa tight ends. I mean, they just turn out well in the NFL. We'll have another one at number 1 on the list pretty soon. And he is a focal point of the Lions offense. Jared Goff security blanket up the middle when they need him. As you can see, that deep, deep touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys there. At number 5, Sam Laporta. At number 4, we have one of the best tight ends to ever play the game of football. And some might consider the best tight end to ever play the game of football, at least the best receiving threat, maybe. It is Travis Kelce. A long time he was considered the best tight end in the league. The past few years now, it's been undisputable in my eyes that he's been the best tight end in the league. And this is the first year in a little bit that I haven't had him number 1. I've done rankings for probably 4 or 5 years now, and this might be the first time ever I haven't had a number 1 since Rob Gronkowski was probably dominating. But it's not hard to tell that 2024 was not as good. And he did show his age a little bit. He did show his age in 2024. Was not as good. He was not as athletic, it looks like. He was a little bit slower. He wasn't as the route running was it just looked like he declined a little bit. Still a very good player. It still comes in at number 4 because of the value of the seasons he's had, and you can't disrespect him and keep him out of the top 5 because you know he's still going to be a focal point of the Chiefs offense with Patrick Mahomes. But he has declined a little bit, and there's no denying that. And it looks like 2025 might be his last season. He was contemplating retirement after losing the Super Bowl, ended up keeping playing, but this looks like it could be a farewell tour for one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game of football. At number 4, Travis Kelce. At number 3 is one of my favorite players in the NFL, not on the Bengals, of course. Excluding Bengals players, one of my favorite players in the NFL was on my fantasy team last year. I love him. It is Arizona Cardinals tight end Trey McBride. This guy is a beast of a route runner, a crazy vertical threat for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals offense, and he looks like he is going to be a good tight end for years to come. I mean, he was the Cardinals' number 1 target last year, denying it or not. Marvin Harrison Jr. showed flashes, but last year it was Trey McBride's offense. And that's crazy to say. In the words of John Gruden, who runs a better corner route than Trey McBride? The crazy thing is he didn't have a touchdown until week 17 against the Rams, I believe it was last season. But this year, I can guarantee he gives you at least 6 or 7 touchdowns, and he comes in at number 3 on the list. Coming in at top 2, number 2 now, is a guy going into year 2. It might be a little rich to put him this high after his rookie year, but there's no doubt about it. This guy is the best tight end in the National Football League in a few years now. I'd be willing to bet after next year we'd be calling this guy the best tight end in the entire NFL. It is Brock Bowers, the former Georgia product, obviously 2024 first round pick, did nothing but shine for the Raiders offense last year in a quarterback room with Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, and Desmond Ritter. Are you kidding me? This guy balled out. He can block like Gronkowski. I don't know. Well, I don't know about that. Gronk's an all-time great. Let's slow down on that. But he's an elite blocker. He's an elite vertical threat. He can run routes. He is a full package at the tight end position and had an elite rookie year to back it up. He comes in at number 2 on the list, Brock Bowers. And number 1, you all know who it is. It's San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle. He's been a top 2 tight end, pretty much behind Travis Kelce for years now. It's crazy. He's almost been dominating in the NFL and been one of the best tight ends in the NFL for almost a decade now. I believe he was drafted in 2017. And we're now going into 2026, past the middle point of 2025 now. So it's almost been 10 years since he's entered the league, which is insane to say. But he comes in at number 1 on the list, well deserved. Obviously, the number 1 target in that 49ers offense, the guy for Brock Purdy. This is just shows the catch leaders in team history with George Kittle being on there. He comes in at number 1 on the list, George Kittle. And to recap the entire list, 1 through 10, top 10 tight ends on the Google Sheet. George Kittle, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith, TJ Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert, and Tucker Kraft, with some honorable mentions being Evan Ingram, Isaiah Likely, David Njoku, and Dalton Kincaid of the Buffalo Bills. 4 honorable mentions on there, 4 guys I considered. David Njoku having a great 2023 season, dealt with injuries in 2024. Very similar to Evan Ingram, one of the best receiving tight ends, just pure receiving tight ends in the NFL. Isaiah Likely, 1-2 punch of Mark Andrews and Dalton Kincaid with the Buffalo Bills. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the top 10 tight end ranking on the channel today. Tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have our wide receiver rankings. I'm thinking top 15, top 20 for tomorrow. I'm not sure yet exactly how it's gonna go. But yeah, we're going to display the wide receiver rankings, and this is where it gets fun. Wide receiver, running back, tight end, back to back to back days, and I am excited. If you guys did enjoy, please like, subscribe. That would all be greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, same time, wide receiver rankings. Have a good night.